You're sitting in your hospital bed contemplating what just happened to you. You believe that a doctor or the hospital staff did something wrong to cause you significant harm. But there's a problem. You don't think the doctors are being honest with you. You don't think the hospital staff is being honest with you. What can you do to learn the truth? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. There's not much you're going to be able to do while you're still in the hospital, and there's a number of reasons for that. Before you can actually obtain the medical records to determine what actually occurred to you, you actually have to be discharged from the hospital. Otherwise, the hospital will not release your records. So now, during the course of your hospitalization, while you are still there, you need to try and ask a number of questions. You need to try and ask the doctor, the senior doctor who's taking care of you, those pressing questions that are going on in your mind. Why did this happen? How did this happen? Was this preventable? Could this have been stopped? What was done here to make this happen? And now, when you're not getting the answers that you want, after you are ultimately discharged from the hospital, now either you or your attorney can go ahead and obtain your medical records. If you go to an attorney to obtain your medical records, what will happen is you'll sign a piece of paper which is an authorization form, giving them permission to go ahead and get copies of your records and giving the hospital permission to release your records. Once we obtain your medical records, we then go ahead and read every single one of those pages. Then I have to take your medical records and send them off to a medical expert. And I have to get his opinions and conclusions about what was done and what actually occurred. And were the injuries that you suffered preventable? Or was this simply a risk of the procedure that you may have had? It's critical to understand exactly what was done. So now, after the expert has had an opportunity to review and come to some conclusion about what occurred, I can then call you up and say, okay, Mr. Jones, here's what our expert has determined. Here's what's in the medical records. We can either go forward with the case, or here's why we can't go forward with the case. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on when an injured victim calls me from the hospital and says, Mr. Oginski, I'm not getting the truth from the doctors that are treating me. What can I do? And now you know the answer to that. I realize you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened here in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. This is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.